In 1971, a man hijacked a plane, collected $200,000 in cash, jumped out with a parachute over a storm, and vanished completely. The FBI investigated for 45 years. They never found him. They never found a body. They barely found any evidence at all. That case is not even the strangest one on this list. 10 real cases. Every one still officially open. Number 1 is a killer who mailed the police his own secret code, and part of it still hasn't been broken. Let's start at number 10.
Number 10. The disappearance of Judge Crater.
In 1930, a New York judge stepped into a cab after dinner with friends and was never seen again. No body, no ransom note, no confirmed sighting, ever. It became so famous that pulling a crater briefly entered the American vocabulary as slang for vanishing without a trace. Number 9. The Circleville Letters. Starting in 1976, an anonymous author began mailing threatening letters to residents of a small Ohio town, revealing private details nobody outside the family should have known. A man was eventually convicted in connection with the case, but letters in the same handwriting reportedly kept arriving for years afterward, even after his death.
If letters from someone who shouldn't exist anymore sounds unsettling, wait until you hear about 5 children who vanished the night their house burned down. Number 8. The Sodder Children. On Christmas Eve 1945, a house fire tore through a family home in West Virginia. 5 of the children were never found among the ashes. No remains, no confirmed cause of death. Their parents spent the rest of their lives convinced the children had been taken, not killed, and erected a billboard along the highway asking for information that stood for decades. Number 7. The Springfield Three. In 1992, 3 women vanished from a home in Missouri in the middle of the night. Their purses, keys, and shoes were left behind. There was no sign of forced entry, and to this day, not a single confirmed clue has ever surfaced about what happened to them. Some of these cases involve people who vanished completely. The next one involves 2 men the FBI spent 17 years trying to prove were even dead. Number 6. The Alcatraz Escape. In 1962, 3 inmates broke out of the most secure prison in America using tools made from spoons and a raft built out of raincoats. Officially, the FBI concluded they most likely drowned. Unofficially, the case was never fully closed because no bodies and no confirmed trace of them were ever found. Number 5. The Tylenol Murders. In 1982, 7 people in the Chicago area died after taking Tylenol capsules that had been secretly laced with cyanide. The killer was never identified. The case remains an active, open FBI investigation to this day, more than 4 decades later.
If poisoned medicine on store shelves sounds terrifying, wait until you hear about a man who vanished so completely, even organized crime couldn't find him. Number 4. Jimmy Hoffa. In 1975, one of the most powerful labor union leaders in American history walked out of a restaurant parking lot in Michigan and was never seen again. Decades of tips, searches, and excavations, including digging up entire properties based on informant leads, have never produced a body or a confirmed answer. Number 3. D.B. Cooper. The hijacker from our opening story. He boarded a flight under a false name, claimed to have a bomb, demanded cash and parachutes, then jumped from the plane mid-flight over the Pacific Northwest during a storm, and disappeared into aviation history. The FBI closed active investigation in 2016. The case itself remains formally unsolved. And now, the final 2. Because these are the cases that even seasoned investigators say still keep them up at night. Number 2. The Black Dahlia. In 1947, a young woman's death in Los Angeles became one of the most extensively investigated unsolved cases in American history. Thousands of suspects were considered over the following decades. Not one has ever been definitively confirmed. The case remains open, studied, and debated by investigators and true crime researchers alike, more than 75 years later. And number 1, the Zodiac Killer. Beginning in the late 1960s, a killer in Northern California sent taunting letters to newspapers, several containing encrypted ciphers he claimed would reveal his identity if solved. Some of those ciphers weren't broken until 2020 by amateur codebreakers, not law enforcement, and even then, revealed no name. One cipher, sent decades ago, remains completely unsolved to this day. Nobody has ever been definitively identified. Nobody has ever been arrested. The case remains formally open with multiple law enforcement agencies, more than 50 years after it began.
10 cases, different decades, different states, one thing in common. Every single one remains officially unsolved. Every single file is still technically open. Somewhere in an FBI archive right now, there are boxes of evidence nobody has been able to fully explain. And in a few of these cases, someone out there still knows exactly what happened. If one of these got under your skin, you already know what to do. Subscribe now, because next week, we're covering 10 pieces of evidence in unsolved cases that investigators still can't explain. And tell me in the comments, which of these 10 do you think will finally get solved first? I read every single one.